My boyfriend keeps volunteering me to fix his helpless sister's screw-ups, and now that I've declined both times he's mad at me for not helping, but he's going about getting help the wrong way. I, 25F, have a boyfriend, 26M, who has a mother and 3 sisters. Their father died when they all were pretty young, and honestly, none of them have really learned how to be independent. My dad raised me to be pretty independent. He told me to never depend on a man, and I don't. My dad owned a construction company, and he was one of the most talented woodworkers I've ever met. He taught me how to do a lot. I can work on cars within reason, cook, build furniture, lay tile, and do most home improvement type stuff. And honestly, if I don't know how to do something, I'm pretty good at YouTubing it, and asking whoever I need to for pointers. My boyfriend and I live in a house that I solely own. I have made the house into what my boyfriend and I need. We are getting ready to get married, and maybe adopt a few children. His sisters are all kind of helpless. I admittedly don't really like any of them. His oldest sister has been dating this slimy guy, and they have 4 kids together. He binge drinks a lot, and doesn't really do anything. He gets a disability check from pretending to be schizophrenic. Their trailer is falling apart and their water isn't coming on. She cried to my boyfriend and asked him to get me to come get their water working again, and fix some stuff. She said she can't afford to pay anyone. He said sure, and casually told me. I told him no, definitely don't want to go do that in my free time. He's upset because he doesn't want to go back on his word to his sister. I suggested one of them can figure it out, or he can pay someone to do it. We have separate finances. His other sister started redoing her kitchen last month. She thought it would be easy. Halfway through gutting everything, she realized that she was in way over her head. Her boyfriend also broke up with her, and she had no one to help. He was the one mainly directing things. She asked my boyfriend to ask me to come help. He told her I would. I said no. Same problem. We are having a fight right now. He thinks that I am not being a team player for his family. I told him that I don't ask his family for anything ever, and it's not my fault that they choose to put themselves in bad spots and expect to be bailed out. It would be reasonable if they were sick, and I brought them a meal. Or if we watched the kids while someone is in the hospital. You know, normal family stuff. But I don't think wanting me to go do real labor and spend my entire weekend on projects because of their fuck-ups is reasonable. At the end, I told him if he isn't okay with this boundary I'm setting, then we have no business getting married. And the ball is in his court. He had apologized and let it go, but I can still tell that he's fuming. Update. You asked for an update and you got one. If you have read my last post, you'll know that I refused to help my boyfriend's family with their home repairs/renovations. My boyfriend was moderately unhappy. His take was, if we're going to get married one day, his family will become my family. And we should all do our best to help each other. We had a frank conversation. I explained that I feel like his sisters are kind of needy, and expect help. Meanwhile, they never offer any help, nor do they have any real useful skills that I need them for, to be honest. I made it clear that he's welcome to use his time, effort, and money to help them as he pleases. But to leave me out of it going forward. He agreed. Today he went over there to try to help his sister fix her plumbing in their trailer. He went over there, and they spent 6 hours trying to fix it. It ended with a broken pipe and sewage and water flooding underneath badly. He called an emergency plumber, who said that pretty much all the plumbing in the trailer needs to be redone because it's so old. He quoted them $6,000 to fix it all. When the plumber left, him and his sister ended up getting in a screaming match in front of the kids. She insisted that if I came last week things wouldn't have gotten so bad, which doesn't even make sense honestly, but she's a moron. She insisted that him and I come fix it all for free. He told her off, for always being a burden on everyone and making her problems everyone else's. She got super offended, and told him to leave since he thinks he's so much better than her and her kids. The kids were all crying, and it was a mess. Both Sills have been blowing up his phone and my phone. We've ignored them. He cried. He's just been exhausted. He opened up that he feels bad because he promised his dad when he was a kid, right before his dad died, that he would take care of everything. Personally, I don't think it was fair of his dad to make a 6-year-old boy make that kind of promise. It's out so much weight on his shoulders over the years. My boyfriend has stated that it's time to let them all sink or swim, with everything. He's just so tired. We're going to take a break from talking to all of them. When we get involved with them there will be crystal clear boundaries, he has agreed on this. So yeah. That's all I've got for right now. Not sure if it's a happy ending, but that's just where we are in life. For those of you who suggested that I leave my boyfriend, I hope you don't end your relationships over every minor disagreement. Because that will lead to a lonely life. He's not going to put his sisters first for the rest of his life. But things are complicated. I'm willing to stand by him while we deal with things.